Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. I'll be doing prompt number 4 in this 300 drawing prompts book, so I hope you enjoy the video and let's get started. If this is your first time seeing one of these videos on my channel, I started this series where I attempt to finish this drawing prompt book that I've had for years. As you can see, some prompts were already completed, either by me or my sister, so if you notice that some were already done, that's why. This time around, I'm making sure to take more time on each piece, rather than just taking a couple minutes to complete a prompt. My goal is to be able to finish this entire book eventually, and simultaneously, hopefully encourage you to either attempt these prompts with me, or if you have this book or a similar one that's also incomplete, I hope it'll inspire you to pick it up again too. Moving on, today's prompt is to draw a carousel. I'll be honest, I was not looking forward to doing this prompt. I don't think I've ever drawn a carousel before, so I knew it was going to be difficult. I looked up some images for reference and found this one that I really liked. The orientation was perfect, since most images I found were in the landscape orientation, which would have been difficult to capture. I started off by sketching the drawing out with pencil. Then I went in with my Sakura Pigma Micron to ink in the lines. I decided to use my Prismacolor colored pencils for today's prompt as I wasn't sure what other medium to use. Anyway, I sped up this footage up to 4 times the speed to make the process go by faster, which makes me curious to know. Do you prefer these videos to be sped up like this, to have a quicker video, or do you prefer to be in real time and have me talk through my process? I'd love to know what you prefer. Although I used a reference photo, I ended up really simplifying the shapes and colors of everything. I personally found all the intricate and tiny details on the carousel very daunting. There are some very whimsical and detailed pictures on the top that I just didn't even try to attempt, as it would have been too difficult to color in those parts with the pencils. By the way, do you refer to it as carousel or merry-go-round, or something else entirely? I've always called it merry-go-round, so I'm curious to know what you call it. My process when using colored pencils is basically working from dark to light. I find that going in with a light layer of the deeper shade and gradually adding a layer or two of lighter shades on top really help to blend the colors together smoothly. It's definitely a very simple way to blend colors and add contrast when working with colored pencils. In terms of the background, I wanted to add more visual interest than just the carousel, so I decided to add some trees and a sunset peeking out from behind. I've been really enjoying adding sunsets in my art lately, since it just seems to give the pieces more life and warmth. So it was around this point where I realized that the middle section of the carousel was completely off-centered. I have no idea how I didn't notice it earlier, so I had to stop and think if there was even a way to fix it. Unfortunately, I decided it was just a little too late at this point, and I came to the conclusion that it must just be an abandoned carousel due to the unsafe nature of it. Perhaps it was up and running before, but over time the middle section became misaligned and was no longer safe to operate or something. For the horses, I went with a very cartoonish look with bright colors, reminiscent of My Little Pony. I've always found that for whatever reason, when I draw horses, they appear very round and plump, which gives them more of a cartoonish look. I believe I may have only been on one of these carousels once when I was a kid, perhaps 5 or 6 years old. I don't think it made a huge impression on me since I don't really remember it. However, when researching images for this prompt, I stumbled upon a couple of these swing carousels, which immediately brought back awful memories. When I was maybe about 8 or 9 years old, my family went to the state fair where they had one of these rides. My older sister wanted to go on it, so I went along with her, having never been on it myself, let alone seen it before. So after I strapped myself in, I felt the ride slowly rise, and then it started spinning. And let me tell you, I was absolutely terrified. That was when I discovered my fear of heights, which was just miserable. I felt like I was gripping on for dear life forever. This is around 2004 or 2005, so my dad had a videotape recorder and was recording my sister and I from the ground. I remember when we watched that video later, you could see the fear in my face. I was squinting, and you could just tell I did not want to be there. It was so sad. Some random facts about carousels. In the United Kingdom, carousels typically turn clockwise, while in North America and mainland Europe, they typically turn counterclockwise. The Carousel Columbia at California's Great America Amusement Park is the tallest carousel at 101 feet or 31 meters tall. And the oldest carousel in the world was made in 1780 and is in Germany at the Wilhelmsbad Park in Hanau. As a final touch, I'm using my Archer & Olive white Acrylograph paint pen to add some highlights. Here is the final piece. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If so, please like and subscribe. I'd love to have you here. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!